Hello Wrestling World, it's your boy Alan Cotton with another edition of the Final Verdict Wrestling Review. I'm reviewing the July 4th, 2011 edition of Monday Night Raw. I hope all of you had a good holiday, got some good food, popped some firecrackers, and I hope y'all sat down at 8 o'clock Central to watch Monday Night Raw, because we're going to get right to it. The show opened up with a definite pro, with the John Cena promo addressing, of course, the CM Punk issue. John Cena hit a lot of things on the head here, seeing as the man spoke his mind. John Cena didn't really agree with what he had to say, but he respected what he had to say. And that's all that matters right there. So that gets a definite pro. The first con of the night is the first match of the night with Kelly and Eve versus the Bella Twins. Yawn, boring, lame, whatever. You know, it didn't get enough time, but at the same time, it's the same thing over and over with the Divas on Raw. We got another pro with the R-Truth promo. Simply put it like this. The reason this was a pro is for the following. He says, and I quote, "I just saved 15% by switching to Geico." The man he's of course involved in a triple threat match with Alberto Del Rio and Rey Mysterio to see who will be the #1 contender for the title at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view since CM Punk was suspended due to his actions last week. If you did not see the CM Punk segment from last week, I encourage you people to find it on YouTube. I know you can. You got a friend with DVR. I got it on DVR. I got about 5 weeks of Raw on DVR. So all my friends come holler at me just in case they missed something. So you got to see it. Very good, very heavy. Also, another pro was David Otunga and Mike McGillicuddy, the World Tag Team Champions, against Vladimir Kozlov and Santino Marella. Nice little TV match. Nice amount of time. I'm really impressed with Mike McGillicuddy getting the win. He showed a lot of potential here. Unlike his partner, but I guess Mike McGillicuddy have to when you got a partner like David Otunga, who's just, but whatever. Another con of the night was Sergeant Slaughter versus Jack Swagger. Of course, the match was put together when Swagger and Slaughter and Evan Bourne had a little backstage locker room segment. They got a little squabble, so of course Jack Swagger gives out the challenge, and there we go. Of course, Swagger gets the win, which is academic. The match was about 6 minutes. Really didn't cover any ground. Really didn't do anything for me. It seemed like it was just a reason because it is the 4th of July show, reason to get Swagger on TV, and the reason, most importantly, to get Slaughter on TV to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Con, didn't need it. Another pro was the Del Rio, R-Truth, Rey Mysterio triple threat match. Very good triple threat. Nice amount of time on TV. It wasn't a triple threat that blew my mind, but all guys was hitting everything on all cylinders. Of course, Del Rio gets the submission win on Rey Mysterio. So as of right now, Alberto Del Rio is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. Now the problem is with that is Alberto Del Rio was already involved in the Raw Money in the Bank match. So how that's going to play out, I don't know. Most likely they're going to have to get a replacement for Del Rio. We might see how that goes next week. Now, the other pro was the Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, Vicky Guerrero segment. Of course, Vicky Guerrero and Dolph Ziggler was coming out to celebrate 4th of July since he is the United States champion. 4th of July, United States champion. Very good combination right there. It makes all kinds of sense. And of course, I like the way that Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero are playing up the United States championship is being more important than the WWE championship simply because Dolph Ziggler has it. Very nice touch right there. I like the way they're building up this championship. Just because it's a mid-card championship doesn't mean it's worthless. And, a lot of mid-card championships are played up to be what they should be. They should be those stepping stones. But they haven't been stepping stones in years thanks to WWE Creative and their lazy booking. Yeah, their lazy booking, I'm saying it. So it's nice to see that Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston are having this good feud over the United States Championship, making it look important. And of course, at the end of the segment, Vicky Guerrero becomes the butt of the joke when she gets tossed into the cake, front and back. So, very nice segment there. Kudos to everybody involved. Another pro was The Miz versus Alex Riley. I think this is the first time we've seen a one-on-one confrontation on TV between these guys. And it was a very good match. I think it was kind of short because they had the commercial break, and then when they came back, the match only lasted probably another 2-3 minutes with Alex Riley winning. And I don't have a problem with that per se, but this is the thing now, because it seemed like this feud is coming to an end here with Alex Riley constantly getting a win over The Miz. I guess the storyline goes that Alex Riley has The Miz's number. So my question is, after he gets done with The Miz, Alex Riley, will the people still be behind him? That's my biggest concern when guys turn face, that they don't have credibility just yet. Other than what we've seen on NXT and what we've seen him do as a heel, we really don't know what Alex Riley can provide. So my question is, are the people really behind him because they like Alex Riley, or are they behind him because they're very anti-Miz? You get what I'm saying? So I really would like to see where this is going. But if the people are behind him like I think they are, because he's getting a lot of pops, and the people are really going to get behind him when he takes on The Miz, which they did when he got a clean win over The Miz, may I add, he could very well be the guy that takes down Dolph Ziggler for the United States Championship. That is a prediction only. But if I'm right, I'm coming back and I'm rubbing in all of you guys' faces. If Alex Riley stays on this hot streak as a face, he could very well be the next upper mid-card guy to become the United States champion. I don't see them putting it back on Kofi Kingston, so they're going to have to find another face. It could be Mysterio, I don't know. But right now, I'm thinking they're going to put it on Alex Riley if he continues on with the path he's continuing on. So that's a pro. The final segment of the night was, of course, Vince McMahon addressing the CM Punk issue. And I didn't give this a pro, I didn't give this a con, I gave this a pro-con, which meant that it was good, yet it was bad. I say it was good because you got Vince McMahon, of course, is addressing the issue with CM Punk, and of course, as any authority figure who felt he's been disrespected or felt that, you know, he was getting under his skin, a play was getting under his skin, he does something about it. He suspended CM Punk, which is kind of expected. You almost expect he was going as far as firing, but of course, this is a storyline. This is not a shoot. I know it's a work. I personally do. So of course, you know, he goes on about the CM Punk situation, saying CM Punk, quite frankly, isn't worth the things that he said he's not on. You know, the collector cups, the magazines, the programs, not even, you know, the opening introduction of Raw. Basically, you know, Vince McMahon just plays it up that, yeah, you know, he's not on that stuff and he really doesn't deserve it. Now, this is the pro because I like the interaction between John Cena and Vince McMahon when John Cena came out and basically said, you know, of all people, that's an advocate of the First Amendment rights, which is freedom of speech. You should not be, you know, he shouldn't be suffering any consequences, especially from Vince McMahon, a guy who never keeps his mouth shut about anything, a guy who will never bite his tongue. So, you know, it was all crazy. You know, it was basically John Cena playing up that Vince McMahon is a hypocrite because as soon as somebody says something about him, then it's a problem. But Vince McMahon, you know, openly talks about any and everybody, and he's done so over years. So, you know, that was a very big pro. I like the chemistry between John Cena and Vince McMahon. Now, the con of this issue, I didn't like the way Vince McMahon really handled it. The reason he gave out because he deserved it. I mean, come on, you can't be more creative than that. Let's just have something a little better than that. He deserves it. Really good. Really is too broad, or is really kind of a lame excuse to suspend somebody. He deserved. Okay, we know he deserved it, but what's your true feelings? You know, where's that evil Vince McMahon that, you know, he's getting all personal about CM. I'm pretty sure he knows personal stories about CM Punk to come back at something else other than he deserved it. I mean, you know, that was a pretty lame thing to me. And of course, the segment went kind of predictable with John Cena threatening to quit, and then Vince McMahon saying, you know what, okay, I'm going to let CM Punk come back at Money in the Bank to go against you for the title. But here's the thing. If you cannot beat CM Punk, John Cena, you're fired. I kind of figured he was going to go that way once he asked John Cena to come back. Once he stopped John Cena when John Cena was walking up that ramp, I kind of figured, like, okay, he's going to try to fire Cena too. Just like that. And again, lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. So, the final verdict for the July 4th edition of Monday Night Raw, I will have to give it a solid 8. Had a couple nice things. Didn't have very many cons. Had some great TV matches. Very nice TV matches. Especially with Miz and Alex Riley. I liked that match. The triple threat match was very good. I really didn't like the main event segment between Vince McMahon and John Cena. It had a good and bad moments, which is called a pro-con. Diva match was lame. David Otunga having a championship is very lame. So, you know. But I will have to give it an 8. And hopefully these guys, I really want to see where they go with the CM Punk situation. The John Cena situation, of course, if he loses, he's fired. It leads me to believe maybe there may be hope for CM Punk at Money in the Bank. but this also could be a reason for him just to take time off, which I'm starting to think it is. And with that time off, they might just get rid of the Nexus angle altogether. So, this is Alan Cotton. Final Verdict Wrestling Review for July 4th edition of Monday Night Raw. You guys keep subscribe to my channel, man. Maniac Wrestle. Follow me on Twitter. Madison Daddy 1. Madison Daddy. That is my daughter. For the people that's not been keeping up, for the people that don't know me on the streets, I have a daughter by the name of Madison. Madison Daddy 1 is my Twitter name. Hit me up on Facebook. Alan Cotton. ALLENCOTTON. Until then, until Thursday, I'm coming back for TNA Impact Wrestling. Then I'm coming back Friday for Friday Night SmackDown. Until then, this your boy Alan Cotton saying, God bless. Hope y'all had a good holiday. See y'all on Thursday.